So we are well into 2022 and now we have Aquarius season right around the corner. And during Aquarius season, we have that Mercury retrograde that's in Aquarius. We have it shift into Capricorn, and Venus will shift from retrograde in Capricorn to direct in Capricorn. So I will make sure you all have the necessary information to make the most of these energetic shifts. Hello, beautiful people. Life can get crazy, but at least we have each other. And in this video, I will go over all you need to know for Aquarius season in terms of how it affects love and your life overall. You can watch this video from the perspective of your sun sign and rising sign. And if you want to know why that is, I put a brief explanation in the description, and all I ask in return is that you hit that like button. Now, Pink Bunny says that she loves my videos, but she hates the baby tap. So I think if we do it really quietly, we can help the YouTube algorithm, but we can also make sure that Pink Bunny doesn't get triggered. So ready? On the count of 3. Shh. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so no more wasting time. Here's what you can expect during the 4 weeks of Aquarius season when it comes to love and your life overall. Let's go. Now, Aquarius season will begin on January 19th when the sun enters Aquarius at 9:39 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and will stay in Aquarius until it enters Pisces on February 18th at 11:43 a.m. Now, here is the best way to make the most of this Aquarius season energy. Aquarius is a fixed sign, so this means that following Capricorn season, which was a cardinal sign, and cardinal energy is all about planting seeds of intention, well, fixed energy, Aquarius energy, will be all about feeding those seeds of intention, being consistent, keeping that fixed energy in a consistent flow with focus and clarity, so this way you can optimize the energy of Aquarius season. Aquarius energy is also known for its innovation and creativity, so as you're staying the course in terms of feeding those seeds of intention, use this Aquarius energy to come up with new and clever angles of action to support your goals. Now, also during this 4 weeks of Aquarius season, Mercury will still be retrograde, but it will shift from a retrograde in Aquarius to a retrograde in Capricorn on January 25th until it goes direct on February 3rd. And in terms of love, Venus will still be in Capricorn, but it will at least shift from its retrograde phase in Capricorn to its direct phase in Capricorn. So now let's see what all this means for your individual sign. Okay, my powerful, ambitious Aries out there, when the sun shifts into Aquarius on January 19th, this will be in your 11th house. And this is a fantastic energy for your momentum of the new year to get a boost, Aries. The 11th house is the house of groups, friends, aspirations, true inner purpose, and it brings a major energetic opening for dreams coming true. So expect to make some major headway, Aries, in terms of your goals. Now, this is provided that you've been specific and clear with yourself and in turn with the universe regarding what you truly want. You know, the more clarity you have with your order, the more likely your order will come back to you correctly. If you go to a restaurant and you say, hey, I'll take something warm and delicious, that sounds really good, but it's up in the air with what's gonna come to you. Something you might like or something you might not like. But if you order very specifically, not only is it much easier for your waiter to make sure that you get exactly what you want, but the odds of getting just that are very, very high. So when you set your intentions, be clear and be specific, and this 11th house Aquarius season energy will reflect that clarity back to you, Aries. During this time, it is also very likely for you to meet someone that has the power to help you achieve your goals, so keep your eyes and your hearts open for that encounter as well. Now, we started this first Mercury retrograde phase on January 14th in Aquarius, but now during Aquarius season, when Mercury retrograde shifts into Capricorn on January 25th before it goes direct on February 3rd, this will be in your 10th house. So this will bring that retrograde energy to the focus of your work and public standing. It could mean that you will be getting a promotion or some sort of change in your status at work. It could also mean the loss of a job, but let's keep it on the optimistic side, especially since you do have the power of the sun's 11th house transit helping you out. If there is a job that you've wanted in the past and you applied for it and you didn't get it, this retrograde phase is a great time for reapplying for that same job with the possibility of a much more favorable outcome. This is also a great time to reinvent your work image or even your social media branding or profile. Taking action in these ways will assist you in establishing the right foundation for success when it comes to work, bringing in money, and how people perceive you professionally. Now, when it comes to love, Venus shifts from retrograde in Capricorn to direct in Capricorn on January 29th, and this will also be in your 10th house. So unfortunately, Aquarius season may not be the best season for new love in terms of meeting someone new. Instead, it is opening the door for you to realize that until you get your career goals clear and in the flow, that strong foundation will then set the stage for love to come your way. Now, if you're already in a relationship, this is an opportunity to make sure that you're balancing your professional life with your personal life. Check in with your partner and make sure that you feel cared for and that the two of you are spending enough time together. Also, if there's something in your professional world where your partner can be of assistance to you, the two of you working together on a project could really yield some very positive results for you, Aries. So it looks like the 4 weeks of Aquarius season is going to be a time with some great opportunities to make some major headway when it comes to achieving your goals, and also making a major and positive transformation when it comes to clarity in your world of work, earning money, and how you're seen by the public. So making that focus your priority could prove to be very beneficial, Aries. So live it up, love it up, and happy Aquarius season, Aries. Okay, my charming, loving, compassionate, and powerful Tauruses out there. When the sun shifts into Aquarius on January 19th, this will be in your 10th house. Now, you will have already gotten a bit of a head start on this energy because when Mercury went retrograde on January 14th, this was also in your 10th house, which is the house of career, profession, and responsibility. So this 4-week period of Aquarius season is a time where your focus will be work and your career goals. If you already have a job, this will be a time where you might consider asking for a raise. If you've been thinking of starting your own business, now is a great time to do so. We'll actually plan now and then start it after February 3rd when Mercury goes direct. If you interact with your boss a lot, this is a very positive transit for deepening the connection that the two of you have in terms of their appreciation for you, their understanding, and the way that they respect you at work. This will also be a time where some financial opportunities come your way, Taurus, so keep your eyes open for that. Now, as I said, we started this first Mercury retrograde phase of 2022 on January 14th in Aquarius, but now during Aquarius season, Mercury retrograde will shift into Capricorn on January 25th before it goes direct on February 3rd. And this will be in your 9th house, which will actually work very well with the sun's 10th house transit because a Mercury retrograde 9th house transit is urging you to reassess what your beliefs are. We know that our belief creates our reality, so this is the perfect time at the start of the year to check in with yourself in terms of what you want to create and what your belief system is, and really asking yourself, does that belief system support the vision that you have for yourself? If not, what is it that needs to be transformed in terms of how you look at things or what you believe? This transit for sure will have a strong effect on travel, so if you can avoid travel during this time, then great, nothing to worry about. But if you can't, just make sure to double and triple check all times and details because delays are very likely to happen during a 9th house Mercury retrograde transit. Now, when it comes to love, Venus shifts from retrograde in Capricorn to direct in Capricorn on January 29th, and this will also be in your 9th house. So this is opening the door for love for you, Taurus, meaning if you know what you want, don't hold back, just go for it. The retrograde phase of Venus was urging you to go back and handle unfinished business. Well, now that Venus has stationed direct, you can take your foot off the brakes and just go. Don't focus your energy on what you don't want, only on what you do want. Now, given this 10th house transit, this could very well mean that love will be coming from a direction connected to work. So keep your mind and your heart open for this sort of situation if this is what you're looking for. If you're already in a relationship, this Venus direct in Capricorn is reminding you to cut the distractions out of your life that keep you from focusing on giving your relationship the time and energy it needs. If you do this, it can really help you to reinvigorate and deepen the relationship and the connection that you have with your partner. So overall, Aquarius season looks like a fantastic time for you when it comes to forward movement with your career and finances, Taurus, and even some opportunities for love. So live it up, love it up, and happy Aquarius season, Taurus. Okay, my intelligent, charming, powerful Geminis out there. Now, when the sun shifts into Aquarius on January 19th, this will be in your 9th house, which means expansion, Geminis. The thing is, Gemini, you like to always be learning something new and experiencing something new and really enriching your life with those experiences. Well, this is the part of 2022 where you really get a boost in terms of stepping into a new phase of understanding and perspective. Yes, Mercury will be retrograde at the start of this sun's transit, but travel can be beneficial for you during this sun's 9th house house transit, so just make sure and plan travel for after the 3rd if possible, when Mercury goes direct. If you do travel at any time sooner than that, just make sure to be extra careful in terms of really paying attention to all of the details regarding that travel, so there are no mix-ups. Exploring some new form of education during this time can also be very beneficial for you, Gemini. So if you've been wanting to take some sort of course, but you've been putting it off, now is the best time to dive in. Now, as I said, we started this first Mercury retrograde phase of 2022 on January 14th in Aquarius, but now during Aquarius season, Mercury retrograde will shift into Capricorn on January 25th before it goes direct on February 3rd. And this will be in your 8th house, which is the house of shared resources. So if you're in a relationship, financial issues may come up at this time. Now look at this as the perfect opportunity to get clear on who handles what and what is fair in terms of how the funds are distributed in your relationship. The 8th house also has an effect on sexual matters, so this may be a great time to discuss and resolve any issues in that area. And don't be surprised if some secret that has been lingering for a while finally comes to the surface. And if it does, just embrace the opportunity to get some resolution around that situation. Remember, the truth will set you free, even if it's painful. Now, when it comes to love, Venus shifts from retrograde in Capricorn to direct in Capricorn on January 29th, and this will also be in your 8th house. So Geminis, if there's been some situation or person when it comes to love that you've been unsure about, this 8th house transit will bring clarity. Sometimes you have to commit deeply to a relationship in order to truly know if it's for you. Skimming the surface is easy and it's a lot of fun, but it doesn't reveal whether or not something is for you or whether it's not for you. You have to risk getting deeply emotionally involved and connected in order to truly experience someone and really get to know them. So go for it. No matter what happens, if you embrace the experience, it will offer the growth that is necessary for you in this chapter of your life. If you're single and looking for love, keep your eye out for someone from a different culture than you that could possibly be more than just a friend. So overall, Gemini, the theme for you this Aquarius season is transformation. Not only when it comes to life overall, but also when it comes to love. So you can rest assured that by the end of Aquarius season, you will feel like a brand new you. So live it up, love it up, and happy Aquarius season, Gemini. Okay, my protective, intuitive, powerful Cancers out there. When the sun shifts into Aquarius on January 19th, this will be in your 8th house, Cancers. Now Cancers, this is that time of year where transformation is the theme. The 8th house is all about going deep, getting to the root of who you are and to the root of any issues. The way to do this is by identifying the habits that you have or the thought patterns that you have that you know hold you back. Now you know how most people start their New Year's resolutions on January 1st? Well, Aquarius season is an excellent time for you to start yours. Now remember, Capricorn season was all about getting a strong foundation in your world of relationships. Well, Aquarius season is giving you the opportunity to create a strong foundation when it comes to your daily habits and your spiritual world. Also, if there are any secrets that you've been holding on to, be ready for them to come to the light and be revealed during this Aquarius Sun 8th house transit. And you aren't done with relationship stuff, by the way. And here's why. As you know, we started this first Mercury retrograde phase of 2022 on January 14th in Aquarius, but now during Aquarius season, Mercury retrograde will shift into Capricorn on January 25th before it goes direct on February 3rd, and this will be, once again, in your 7th house, Cancers. So here we are dealing with relationship stuff again. And see this as a good thing though, because if you're in a relationship right now, the 7th house Mercury retrograde transit is giving the two of you the opportunity to get on the same page in terms of how you both see the relationship. Are you both clearly working towards your future together? Do you both see the relationship in the same way? Meaning, are you friends with benefits? Are you committed and serious? Are you working towards marriage? It's very important for the strength of a relationship to be able to have these conversations so you can get on the same page. Not only will it deepen your bond, but it will also bring clarity. And who wants to be in a relationship with someone that when you express how you feel or what you're concerned about or what your questions are, that they get afraid and they run? So this is the perfect opportunity to see just how strong and capable your partner is in terms of having strong communication, which is the foundation of a good relationship. And if you're single, this retrograde phase may bring someone from the past back around, but more than likely it won't be promising any new love. And speaking of love, Venus shifts from retrograde in Capricorn to direct in Capricorn on January 29th, and this will also be in your 7th house, Cancers. So this will bring balance back into your relationship if you're in a relationship, meaning this will bring awareness to the give and take dynamic, highlighting any imbalances so they can be addressed. Now this can also be positive positive if you're single, because after February 3rd, when Mercury goes direct, this can open up the door for new love. So if you're single and wanting a relationship in your life, don't lose hope, Cancers. It can very well come your way toward the middle and into the end of February. So overall, Cancers, Aquarius season is going to be a spiritual awakening and transformation that will bring some ups, some downs, but they will all be in your soul's best interest, bringing you to the other side with a renewed sense of self and some major necessary positive changes. So live it up, love it up, and happy Aquarius season, Cancers. Okay, my passionate, ambitious, powerful Leos out there. When the sun shifts into Aquarius on January 19th, this will be in the sign that is the polar opposite energy to your Leo energy, which is in no way a bad thing, but it does diminish that Leo energy in your chart just a bit. So for example, you're a Leo with Taurus moon and Virgo rising. Then during the 4 weeks of Aquarius season, you will be operating much more from your Taurus moon and your Virgo rising. So be aware of this, so that way you can make any necessary adjustments to keep yourself feeling as balanced as possible during Aquarius season. But just know that if you don't feel like your usual self, this Aquarius sun energy is the reason. Now, this transit will be in your 7th house, which is the house of relationships. And you've just gotten a bit of a head start on this energy because Mercury went retrograde on the 14th in your 7th house. But the good news is, Leos, this is no longer about your ex or unresolved issues. This is more about a new energy surrounding you in relationships. So with the main focus for the 4 weeks of Aquarius season being in your house of relationships, if you're already in a relationship, this means that this is the time for you to deepen the connection and for you and your significant other to reinvigorate what the two of you have together. Also, if there's any issues that you feel need to be addressed but they haven't been, this is the perfect time to bring these issues to light and communicate to a place of resolution, but not with the same old energy that created the issue. The theme is new energy around love, even in terms of how you handle issues. If you're single and looking for love, this energy is very strong for meeting someone new. But remember, you have to be connected to the desire for a relationship. You have to really want it, and your consciousness around it has to be optimistic. You can't keep thinking of, well, I'm open to it, but more than likely it's not gonna happen, because if that's the case, you're right, more than likely it won't happen. Bottom line, you have to really want it. And if you don't, that's all good too. This could be about you connecting deeper to the relationship you have with yourself or even family members, a child, a sibling, or a parent. Now, we started this first Mercury retrograde phase of 2022 on January 14th in Aquarius, but during this Aquarius season, Mercury retrograde will shift into Capricorn on January 25th before it goes direct on February 3rd, and this will be in your 6th house, which is the house of work and health. So this time will be well spent reorganizing your workspace and making sure that the way you schedule your time regarding work is productive and inspiring for you. The start of this year is the perfect time for you to iron out any issues that you may have with work, resolve those issues, and move forward with confidence and excitement. Now, if there was a job or a project that you wanted to work on in the past, but for whatever reason you didn't get the chance to, now is the perfect time to revisit that energy. When it comes to health, Capricorn season was also in your 6th house, so some health issues may have come up during Capricorn season, and hopefully they are resolved by now. And this Mercury retrograde phase shifting into Capricorn in your 6th house, well, this could be the perfect time to research any health issues that you may have that aren't resolved. You're more than likely going to find the answers that you've been looking for, and this will also help you to identify a new normal for yourself in 2022 when it comes to health and taking care of your physical, spiritual, and mental well-being. Now, when it comes to love, the sun will be in your 7th house, which is a fantastic energy for you Leos, but in addition to that, Venus shifts from retrograde in Capricorn to direct in Capricorn on January 29th, and this will also be in your 6th house. So this energy, unfortunately, isn't really huge for finding new love if that's what you're looking for, but at least you do have that 7th house Sun transit, which is great for finding new love. So there is some energy there. Venus during this time is just more about supporting the same sort of energy as Mercury retrograde into Capricorn. It's more leaning towards bringing clarity and proficiency to your work world and opportunities there. So that is positive for forward movement and financial gain, and also bringing positive energy to your health. So bringing you back around from Capricorn season, which, like I said earlier, may have brought on some health challenges. So Venus is not really supporting romance, but it is supporting good health and abundance. Now, if you're already in a relationship, this is a great time to work together on a project, because this could also yield very positive financial results. So overall, Leos, the 4 weeks of Aquarius season looks like it will be an exciting one for relationships relationships, a positive one for health, and maybe even be bringing some money your way. So live it up, love it up, and happy Aquarius season, Leos. Okay, my diligent, clever, powerful Virgos out there. When the sun shifts into Aquarius, for you, this will be in your 6th house. Now, you already got a bit of a head start on the 6th house energy because of Mercury going retrograde in Aquarius. And it is an energy that works really well with your personality. You may remember this from the Capricorn season predictions video when I was going over the Mercury retrograde situation, because the 6th house is the house of work, health, and helping others. So during this 4 weeks of Aquarius season, you will potentially receive some great opportunities when it comes to your career. This could be a promotion. It could also mean that a job that you've really wanted may open up, or it could just mean a raise, all of which are fantastic possibilities. Now, it's also very important to pay attention to your health during the 6th house transit. So if there are some dietary changes that you've been planning to make, now is that time, Virgos. Also working out, meditation, etc. Any of those practices that you've been wanting to implement into your life, but you haven't, well, now is the time to make those changes. Just know though, if you miss this energetic opening to shift your health to the positive, if you don't tend to this area of your life, it could result in manifesting some health issues. So bring some awareness to this area and put some energy into upgrading that situation. Now, we started this first Mercury retrograde phase of 2022 on January 14th in Aquarius, but now during Aquarius season, Mercury retrograde will shift into Capricorn on January 25th before it goes direct on February 3rd, and this will be in your 5th house. So this could mean that you may find a bit of a creative block during this time, Virgo. Luckily, Mercury will be going direct on February 3rd, so you will get a resurgence of creative energy when it goes direct. But once the 25th of January comes around, if you're experiencing this challenge, don't worry. All is not lost. You will get your Virgo mojo back. This retrograde shift also means that there could be an ex that resurfaces. So make sure that you're prepared for that. If you're already in a relationship, this is a good time to reinvigorate the connection. And speaking of love, Venus shifts from retrograde in Capricorn to direct in Capricorn on January 29th, and this will also be in your 5th house. So this will actually bring a powerful surge of confidence to you overall, bringing your manifesting power for love up a notch, and it even helps counterbalance any of that lack of creativity that you may have been feeling because of the Mercury retrograde situation. So thank you, Venus. This is not a guarantee of meeting someone new if that's what you're looking for, but it does amp up the energy of you attracting someone into your life. Just make sure that you're feeling good about yourself, because the better you feel, the more likely you are to attract a reflection of that. If you're already in a relationship, this Venus direct energy actually brings the support and energetic opening for a deeper connection and for resolving any issues that the two of you may have recently had. So overall, Virgos, this Aquarius season is going to be a fantastic time to create a strong foundation for your health while bringing some great work and financial opportunities and even some potential love for you. So live it up, love it up, and happy Aquarius season, Virgos. Okay, my intelligent, charming, powerful Libras out there. When the sun shifts into Aquarius, for you, this will be in your 5th house. So this means that the energy for you during this 4 weeks of Aquarius season is all about having fun, Libras. We are still pretty much at the start of the new year, and you know that you have a tendency to find yourself slipping into that headspace of worrying much of the time about the future, where you can take a deep breath and a sigh of relief during Aquarius season, because this is a great energetic transit for you. This sets up an energy where the universe is really supporting you in terms of helping things to go the way that you want them to go. So be clear when you make your intentions. Make sure that you are envisioning the outcome that you want when it comes to manifesting your goals. Don't waste one single second on playing the what if game and entertaining things that you don't want to happen, or spending time on fear-based thoughts. This 5th house transit supports socializing, meeting new friends, deepening the connection with old friends, learning new skills. It is supportive of a new romance. It's just overall a great time for you, Libras. So if you're watching this because you have a question regarding a certain area of your life and you're wondering what the outcome might be, if something good is going to work out for you, well, this transit is very favorable for yes to be the answer. Now, we started the first Mercury retrograde of 2022 on January 14th in Aquarius, but now during Aquarius season, Mercury retrograde will shift into Capricorn on January 25th before it goes direct on February 3rd. And this shift will be in your 4th house. So this will actually go hand in hand with that 5th house transit, because a Mercury retrograde 4th house transit is urging you to redecorate or rearrange change things at home. And you know, as a Libra, your environment is so important to you because it has such a strong effect on your overall energetic disposition. Your home is truly your sanctuary. So if there's anything about your home life that you want to change, now is the perfect time to do it. Also, you may find that during this time, some issues from childhood may resurface, meaning things that you were told as a child or an experience that you may have had as a child that creates certain belief systems may be highlighted during this time in order to give you the opportunity to transform that energy. So this is great, Libras. 2022 is starting off to be a year of healing and new energy and new beginnings for you, so embrace it. Now, when it comes to love, yes, that 5th house Sun transit is supporting new energy, so you may meet someone new if you're single and if that's what you're looking for, or if you are in a relationship, you may find new excitement in your connection. But in addition to that, Venus shifts from retrograde in Capricorn to direct in Capricorn on January 29th, and this will also be in your 4th house. So this may mean that if you are in a relationship and you and your significant other have been entertaining the idea of moving in together, this shift from retrograde into Venus being direct, this energy will give you the confidence to move forward with this. If you are single, this transit will bring much more clarity to what you truly want in a relationship, or even if you want one at all. Either way, this is a very positive energy for you when it comes to love, Libra. So overall, this Aquarius season promises to be a fantastic energy for you when it comes to love, abundance, and your life overall. So live it up, love it up, and happy Aquarius season, Libra. Okay, my spiritual, passionate, powerful Scorpios out there. When the sun shifts into Aquarius, for you, this will be in your 4th house. So Scorpios, this energetic opening and focus will be in your home, both spiritual and physical. So during the 4 weeks of Aquarius season, you may find that you have a strong desire to move. So if that's been something that you've been thinking about for a while, now could be a great time to do so. Maybe wait until after February 3rd though, so Mercury retrograde doesn't try to pull any craziness on you. If not a move, it could be just about redecorating or buying something new for your home that you've been wanting but holding off on. This is also an important time to make sure that you've been taking care of your spiritual home as well. Meaning, if there's a situation that you know you've been holding on to in terms of someone that has hurt you in the past or disappointed you, this is the time where you can release and resolve that energy for yourself. Remember that forgiveness is something that you do for yourself, not for the person that hurt you. You don't want to carry around any of that negative energy just in order to make someone pay for their wrongdoing. Instead, take the lesson that you learned from the situation and release any negative energy surrounding that experience. Now, we started this first Mercury retrograde phase of 2022 on January 14th in Aquarius, but now during Aquarius season, Mercury retrograde will shift into Capricorn on January 25th before it goes direct on February 3rd. And this shift will be in your 3rd house. So Scorpio, this really affects transportation and your thought process. So make sure when it comes to your car, if there's something that you need to fix, but you've been putting it off, now is the time to take care of it. Otherwise, it could become much more of an issue. Watch your speed also while you're driving, because it's easy to find yourself getting some random traffic violation during this time. Just make sure you get ahead of any issue, paying extra attention to all things transportation and travel during this retrograde phase. Also, when it comes to communication and your thought process, if you have any questions regarding any situations with someone, just make sure to directly ask them and have a conversation that's necessary to gain clarity instead of speculating, because this will help avoid any potential problems or unnecessary disconnect. Now, when it comes to love, Venus shifts from retrograde in Capricorn to direct in Capricorn on January 29th, and this will also be in your 3rd house, which is very helpful in the area of love, because if you've been unclear in terms of exactly what dynamic is going on between you and a potential love interest, it will become very clear during this time. So this isn't really promising someone brand new coming into your life, but this energy does support clarity concerning any romantic situations. So if you are single, this could mean finally connecting with that someone that you've had your eye on, or that you may have been casually dating, and that casual label could shift to something more serious. If you're already in a relationship, this could mean that an issue the two of you may have been having will be resolved. So that's a good thing. So when it comes to love, things are looking up for you Scorpios out there. Overall, this Aquarius season looks like a time where resolution, clarity, and forward movement with love is the theme. So live it up, love it up, and happy Aquarius season, Scorpios. Okay, my energetic, fun-loving, powerful Sagittarius out there. When the sun shifts into Aquarius for you, this will be in your 3rd house. So Sagittarius, this is going to be a very productive, 4-week period for you, which is great. You love to be active and living life and making things happen, and this is just the time of year for things to really come alive for you. Your connections will really start to pay off in terms of opportunities coming your way, and if there is some project that you've been working on and you've been looking for someone to come along that can really help you take it to the next level, well, now is the time for that someone to come into your life and assist you with that forward movement. More than likely, this is someone you already know, so keep your eye out for that. If there's someone that you've reached out to and you never heard back from, look for them to be finally returning your call or your email. This is just a time where things start to come together for you, Sagittarius, and you will really feel like you're getting into the flow of 2022, which is fantastic. Now, we started this first Mercury retrograde phase of 2022 on January 14th in Aquarius, but now during Aquarius season, Mercury retrograde will shift into Capricorn on January 25th before it goes direct on February 3rd. And this shift will be in your second house. So expect one of two things, Sagittarius. Either some unexpected money coming your way, which is fantastic, or some money that you're owed may actually be delayed a bit. This is really just continuing that energy of Capricorn season a bit longer for you in terms of giving you the energetic opening to get clear on your financial plan for 2022. Make sure you can pay off as much debt as possible during this time so you can make space for all the abundance coming your way. Tax season is coming up, so this could be a great time to just get all of the necessary documents in order. I know that sort of task is annoying, but it is necessary, and this second house transit will actually help give you the energy and the motivation to handle all those details, so take this opportunity. You will definitely be glad you did. Now, when it comes to love, Venus shifts from retrograde in Capricorn to direct in Capricorn on January 29th, and this will also be in your second house. So this will bring you answers that you've been looking for when it comes to your relationship. If you've been asking yourself if the relationship that you're in is truly worth it, well, by the end of this transit, that question will be answered. And if you're already sure that it is worth it, then be ready for some positive reinforcement of that point during this station direct shift of Venus. Now, if you're single and looking for love, unfortunately, this transit isn't the strongest for new love, but at least if there is someone that you've been considering and you weren't necessarily sure about them, this transit will bring clarity. This is also a good transit for money, so this could help to counterbalance those delays that I was talking about earlier regarding the Mercury retrograde shift. So thank you, Venus. So overall, Sagittarius, this Aquarius season will be a busy time with way more ups than downs and an opportunity for forward movement, making some money and clarity when it comes to love. So live it up, love it up, and happy Aquarius season, Sagittarius. Okay, my dependable, consistent, powerful Capricorns out there. Yes, I know our season is over, but I hope you all had a good one. I know I did, but it went by a little too fast. Now, when the sun shifts into Aquarius for you, this will be in your second house. So this means that after our rebirth and the excitement of this new energy, now is the time of year for us to focus on the material world, especially finances. Now is the time to make your financial plan and stick to it. This is a very positive transit for money to come your way, Capricorn. So it is very important to figure out how you're going to use it and how you can start building a plan to make whatever money you do accumulate start to work for you. If there has been any issue in your life that is connected to finances, expect resolution during this time. So that's a good thing. And this is also a transit that brings energy to your personal values. So if there's a skill or a course that you've been wanting to take or learn, now is the perfect time to dive in. We are still at the start of the year, so this is a great time to up your game, Capricorns, which will boost your confidence even further. Now, we started this first Mercury retrograde phase of 2022 on January 14th in Aquarius, but now during Aquarius season, Mercury retrograde will shift into Capricorn on January 25th before it goes direct on February 3rd, and this shift will be in your first house. So if you start to feel a bit off or less confident than usual, Capricorns, just know that it's Mercury trying to play some games with our emotions and our thoughts. So instead of giving into this energy, tap into the certainty that you have, that you were feeling during Capricorn season. If you need to rethink any choices in terms of how you're presenting yourself to the world, then just allow yourself to do so. But if any fears creep in, don't give any energy to those type of thoughts. Remember, you are the person that you're meant to please. If you're happy with who you are, that's all that matters, because that will emanate out and people will reflect that back to you. And if you find yourself making some mistakes, don't be hard on yourself. As Capricorns, we can obsess on trying to make sure everyone sees us as perfect in terms of not making any mistakes. So when we do make mistakes, that can really throw us off. Well, don't let it. Just learn whatever lesson from it and just keep it moving. 2022 is going to be a great year for you. So don't get distracted by anything that you know you don't have control over. And if you made a mistake in some area, remind yourself that we can't change the past. We can only make better choices in the present to create a promising, fulfilling future. So keep that in mind, and this short Mercury retrograde transit will actually be a gift that boosts our momentum. Now, when it comes to love, Venus shifts from retrograde in Capricorn to direct in Capricorn on January 29th, and this will also be in your first house. So this is fantastic, Capricorns. This actually extends a bit of that positive energy that we had during Capricorn season. So love is very possible to manifest during this time. So if you are single and you're looking for love, keep your heart and mind open, because this could very well be the time that it comes your way. If you've had your eye on someone or been out on a few dates with someone and you've been wondering if it's gonna go anywhere, then this transit more than likely will bring clarity to that situation. If you're already in a relationship, this is a time where the two of you will feel more connected and things will actually be running really smoothly. This could also bring some unexpected money to the relationship, so this is always a welcome energy. Overall, this is a very positive transit for love. So it looks like Aquarius season is going to be an exciting one for you Capricorns out there, where a financial foundation is set and momentum and clarity with love is also in the stars for you. So live it up, love it up, and happy Aquarius season, Capricorns. Okay, my intelligent, exciting, powerful Aquarius out there. It is finally here, your season, and I want to wish each and every one of you a rebirth that brings financial abundance, new opportunities, new experiences, creative ideas, abundance in all areas of your life, and most of all, love. So happy birthday, Aquarius. Now, when the sun shifts into Aquarius, this will be in your first house. So this is that time of year, Aquarius. Yes, go time. The sun's energy is harnessed here to really support you in terms of establishing what you want and giving you the energetic opening and the energy and the creative inspiration and clarity to execute and manifest whatever it is that you envision for yourself. Now, this will require some change. Remember, if you want something that you've never had, you have to do something that you've never done. So identify what it is that you want, what it is you need to implement into your daily routine to get it and go. You are capable more than any other time of year to manifest wealth, good health, love, really anything you set your focus on will grow. Now, we started this first Mercury retrograde phase of 2022 on January 14th in Aquarius, but now during Aquarius season, Mercury retrograde will shift into Capricorn on January 25th before it goes direct on February 3rd. And this shift will be in your 12th house. And luckily, this shift will be just for a little over a week. So during this week, if you feel a dip in your energy and you feel the need to retreat and regroup a bit, don't fear or think that things are going south. Just embrace the opportunity to recharge and get some clarity. That way you can come out on the other side of this energized and ready for action. Keep a dream journal during this time, because a Mercury retrograde in the 12th house transit is notorious for bringing you messages through your dreams. Also make sure to meditate or pray or both actually, because this is also a way where you can receive vital information. Either way, this quick retrograde shift can serve to be a revealing time spiritually and giving you information to help you transform the physical world. Now, when it comes to love, Venus shifts from retrograde in Capricorn to direct in Capricorn on January 29th, and this will also be in your 12th house. So this could for sure mean an ex may show up and you could either get the closure that you've been looking for, or things could actually rekindle. So be ready for that sort of situation. Just make sure if they do rekindle that this person is bringing different energy than they had before, because otherwise they're bringing the same energy that you disconnected with and broke up with. And there's a reason for that breakup and that disconnect. So make sure they're bringing something new, because this is your season and you don't want to repeat any unnecessary drama or have any unnecessary outcomes relative to what took place in the past. This is also a time where if you're looking for new love, it may manifest, but it is important for you to release any tendency that you may have to try and control situations. Luckily, this is all happening during your first house Sun transit. So for the majority of the time, your confidence and focus focus will be in high gear. So it's really about setting the intention and taking inspired action, but not forcing anything. So if you are single, love is a possibility for sure. And if you're already in a relationship, this is a calming phase where the two of you will be happy to support each other in your independent pursuits and where the strength of your bond will deepen. Now, if you are in a relationship and it hasn't been going so well, this is also a time where the truth of the connection or the lack of connection can be revealed, and this may lead to disconnect. But in the end, it is important to realize that whatever the outcome, it's definitely in your soul's best interest. So Aquarius season is looking like an amazing time of transformation, new energy, new experiences, clarity, major manifesting power, and an overall positive energy for you, Aquarius. So live it up, love it up, and happy birthday. Okay, my spiritually in tune, creative, and powerful Pisces out there. When the sun shifts into Aquarius for you, this will be in your 12th house. And where this can be a challenging transit for most people, you will actually feel right at home with this energy. And this is because Pisces rules the 12th house. So get ready for some serious introspection that brings on clarity and spiritual elevation. This is all in preparation for your season, which is next up. Be ready for something from the past that you may have been avoiding or that you may have suppressed to come to the surface. Instead of resisting this, just embrace it and remind yourself that the reason that this is coming to light is so it can be processed, resolved, and released. You got this, Pisces. This could be something from childhood or a secret relating to your relationship. Now, we started this first Mercury retrograde phase of 2022 on January 14th in Aquarius, but now during Aquarius season, Mercury retrograde will shift into Capricorn on January 25th before it goes direct on February 3rd. And this shift will be in your 11th house, which could bring a reconnection with old friends and some opportunities to resolve any issues that may have come up with those friends. It is really important to not engage in any sort of gossip during this time. Otherwise, you may find yourself being blamed for something that you actually had nothing to do with. So take the opportunity to reconnect, yes, but also if you see any energy coming up that you know does not serve your higher self, then steer clear of the drama. This is the last thing you need to be dealing with during your recharge phase right before your season. This could also mean that there are some friendships that you just need to let go of, and the universe is giving you the opportunity to see these people for exactly who they are. That way you can release that connection and make space for relationships that do serve you and do support you and supply the balance of give and take that is healthy for you. Now, speaking of relationships, Venus shifts from retrograde in Capricorn to direct in Capricorn on January 29th, and this will also be in your 11th house, which actually is a very positive transit for love. So if new love is what you've been looking for, Venus has a very positive influence in this area during this transit. Now, your sun is in the 12th house, so that's counterbalancing that energy a bit, but this is still positive. This connection may come from one of your friends hooking you up on a blind date. So if you're the type of person that usually turns down the idea or invitation to a blind date, well, take the risk this time during this 11th house transit, because this may be the opportunity to manifest the love that you've been wanting to manifest. Now, if you're already in a relationship, this means that you and your significant other may be socializing as a couple a little more than usual. Make sure you don't deplete your energy though. Remember, this is still during the sun's 12th house transit, which is giving you the opportunity to retreat and recharge. So overall, Pisces, this Aquarius season is going to be an intense time, bringing an opportunity for clarity and renewed strength so you can have a strong foundation and space moving into your season, the strongest manifesting season of the year, Pisces season. So live it up, love it up, and happy Aquarius season, Pisces. Okay, so there you have it. What to expect when it comes to love and your life overall for this Aquarius season. Remember, the theme is staying the course and creative inspiration. So let's stay focused on making the choices that lead to the actions that support your truth and will assist you in manifesting the things that you desire and definitely deserve. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so. Make sure that you let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I hope 2022 is off to a great start for you. Thank you so much for taking the time to come and hang out with me. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next video.